Title: The Whisper of Time. Have you ever sat in a quiet evening, and noticed how transitory life is? Life rushes through, much like the fading light of day, slipping through our fingers like grains of sand. It was on one such evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, that Clara found herself perched on her weathered porch swing, the creaking wood a familiar lullaby to her restless thoughts. The air was thick with the scent of blooming jasmine, and the sky was an artist's palette, streaked with hues of orange and purple. Clara watched as shadows danced across her small garden, where the last rays of sunlight lingered like memories refusing to let go. She had always loved this time of day, when the world seemed to hold its breath, suspended between the chaos of day and the stillness of night. But on this particular evening, the silence felt different. It was as if the universe had conspired to draw her attention to the fleeting nature of existence. She thought of her grandmother, who used to tell her stories of the past, each tale a thread woven into the fabric of their family's history. Clara remembered the way her grandmother's eyes sparkled with the light of those memories, and how they faded, one by one, as the years wore on. A sudden gust of wind rustled the leaves, breaking her reverie. Clara glanced at the old oak tree at the edge of her yard, its branches swaying gently, as if whispering secrets of the ages. She felt a pang of nostalgia, a longing for the days when life felt more certain, when laughter echoed through the halls of her childhood home. As she sat there, the shadows grew longer, and the first stars began to twinkle in the deepening sky. Clara closed her eyes, allowing the sounds of the evening to wash over her, the distant chirping of crickets, the soft rustle of leaves, and the rhythmic heartbeat of the world around her. It was in this moment of tranquility that she felt the weight of her own existence pressing down on her, a reminder that time was not an infinite resource. Suddenly, a flicker of movement caught her eye. A small child, no more than 6, was playing in the yard across the street. He chased after a bright red ball, his laughter ringing out like a bell, pure and unrestrained. Clara's heart swelled at the sight, a bittersweet ache settling in her chest. She remembered the joy of childhood, the simple pleasures that seemed to stretch on forever, and yet, here was this little boy, blissfully unaware of the passage of time. As the child stumbled and fell, Clara instinctively held her breath, but he quickly bounced back up, brushing off the dirt and laughing at his own clumsiness. In that moment, she realized that life was not just about the moments that slipped away, but also about the resilience that came with each new day. With a newfound understanding, Clara rose from her swing, her heart lighter than it had been in years. She walked inside, the fading light casting long shadows behind her, and picked up her phone. She scrolled through her contacts until she found her grandmother's name. It was time to reconnect, to weave new stories into the tapestry of their lives, to embrace the transitory nature of existence with open arms. As she dialed the number, she smiled, knowing that while life may rush through, it was also filled with moments worth capturing, stories worth telling, and love worth sharing. And in that realization, Clara found her own place in the ever-turning wheel of time, ready to dance with the shadows and bask in the light.